Blacks in total command here. Lovely step, another one. It's turning into a massacre here. Chance, try time, all the way. Yes!
Beautifully sung by Hayley Westenra. And now, as they did in 1905, the All Blacks to do the haka.
Touché.
Boy, if that doesn't set the scene, then nothing will.
Well, it really is a cauldron of noise, the stadium at the moment.
Wales versus New Zealand.
So the Welsh team will receive the kickoff when this game finally does get underway.
Yes, well, it's already been an event, hasn't it, really, the start of it?
Despite all that, the All Blacks are looking very calm, just chatting amongst each other while all the singing was going on.
I don't think calm is the way to play it, though. And I'm sure they're aware of that.
Today's referee, Chris White of England, just waiting for the signal to get this game underway. Checking with his touch judges, Jonathan Kaplan of South Africa, Matt Gowda of Australia, and the test match is underway at the Millennium Stadium as Dan Carter makes the kick off, and Wales have it just out from the 22. Whipped back by Jarvis, and Stephen Jones bangs it away for the touchline, and we go to the first line out, which is an area that is of some concern to you, Murray.
Well, it is, certainly, when you look at the Welsh line out. In fact, I was watching them warm up. They've got jumpers all the way through, so they'll back their line out. They'll even back their line out on opposition throw. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them playing the touch a bit. They've got two loose forwards who are 6'5", and they jump in all positions. I was watching before. It's quite classic. So New Zealand with two specialist line-out forwards only.
Oliver's first throw is nicely claimed by Jack, and the Welsh driving in low and hard and shoving the All Blacks back a few metres. Kelleher digs in. Carter, he's got a test as well. Into the air he goes. Williams lining this up. Shane Williams, and Smith gets a hold of him. Thomas, and a wild pass across to Kevin Morgan, and that kick goes down the middle of the park and is claimed by Carter. So the All Blacks in possession, 15 out from the 22. As Rokethoko tries to go straight ahead. And it's been stolen away, and the All Blacks have handed it over, and that's a loose pass. In fact, it's a forward pass. And so the All Blacks regain the advantage. That loose pass thrown by Kevin Morgan.
Confrontational start. Wales drove the first line out, drove the All Blacks back, signalled their intentions. I mean, to win an international, you've got to beat the opposition in some area of the game. They're having a go up front, that's for sure.
Look at the size of Michael Phillips, the halfback. In old terms, 6'3". He's a giant. Just his 7th international. It's a little bit slippery out there as Chris White just moves them a metre or so further infield. They were pouring water on this ground back on Tuesday. Now the ball channeled back. Carter sends the pass back. Smith, well taken in the tackle, but still in centre field. Now Collins gets the short pass as the All Blacks attack right near the 22. Kelleher goes for a snipe. Bounces out of one. Now it's been snacked up by So'oialo. And the All Blacks are now just 15 metres shy as Kelleher away to Carter. Now Muliaina with a bit of space. Umaga, but he's put it down. Looked to be cutting back on the inside, did Tana Umaga, but he dropped the pass.
I think there was a communication issue there, actually. There was a little bit of indecision.
Well, communication's going to be a big problem for both sides out there. Talking to the All Blacks who played in the game last year, Daniel Carter saying that it sometimes had to shout out the call 5 or 6 times before it could be heard above the din of this enormous and very vocal crowd, and of course the echoing effect that the roof creates.
Yeah, like I was thinking before, it was the first time that I've ever experienced playing when I couldn't hear the calls, and it was here in Cardiff.
Scrum screws, awkward for Wales. It's been taken away though by Michael Owen at number 8.
Stay back foot, leave it hands, leave it hands.
Now it pops back for Jarvis.
Leave it back, stay there, you.
Untidy start. Now finally Phillips gets his kick away, and it's a good powerful punt too. Quickly thrown by Rokethoko to Muliaina. Drilling it in behind Shane Williams, and it's a very good kick indeed.
Well, keeping it alive. Quick thinking, Rokethoko. And beautifully placed kick. So Welsh line out has an opportunity here. It's always a nervous start for most teams in the first line-up. The throw's got to be right, the timing's got to be right. And of course New Zealand will be wanting to drive them back. It's a short line out.
It's thrown deep to Jarvis. All Blacks come up and meet them pretty quickly. Ball bounces out the All Blacks way, but it was hacked back or dragged back by a hand. And so there's the first penalty of the game. Here's Chris Marsoe, one of two new caps in this All Black team today. Tialata in the front row. I've seen a couple of scrums. All Black scrum looks solid.
Yes, well, they're saying here, of course, that that's the perceived weakness of this All Black side is up front. I can't see it myself. I'd say the scrums would be an area New Zealand would have to back themselves in this game.
Meffin Davis, the Welsh hooker, scored a try in this game last year. He's got plenty of targets. There are four very tall players. Michael Owen is one of them. Good stuff here by the Welsh forwards. Now they're held.
It's been taken in by Red and scrum down Black.
And a turnover ball.
Very crucial. I saw Byron Kelleher pointing to the referee.
Mike Ruddock there in the centre. He's done wonders really with this Welsh team in the last 12 months.
Well, they've really got belief in themselves now. I mean, it's so different from 12 months ago when we came here. We had the impression that they hoped they could win, but they didn't believe they could. Now they do.
All Black scrum. Back on the inside to Umaga, looking for his support. He's got it from Marsoe. Ball channeled back nicely for Kelleher. Gets it off to Collins. Quick impasse to Chris Jack. And the All Blacks 10 metres out from the 22. Not releasing. The All Blacks not committing too many players there. Let's have a look. Just 4 players committed to that ruck. And Chris Jack didn't release.
Well, that's the area, though, that will be some concern. That's called the breakdown. And on that occasion, there were simply not bodies over the ball. Jack got isolated, and there was no support from, have a look. Well, Collins is there on one side. There's no one on this side. The first man to arrive was Anton Oliver. That's where Marsoe needs to be.
Chance for the Welsh to get into the All Black territory for the first time in the game.
Nearly 7 minutes gone. Jack got in front of his man. All Blacks have won another one against the throw. Now Carter spins it wide to Smith. Quick hands required here. Now they get it to Miliaina, running wide on the right wing side. And the All Blacks make a good 20-metre gain. And looking for quick ball again. Now it's with Carter again to Collins. Crowd hollering for obstruction, but there was none according to Chris White. Now Carter, impasse forward. Just got overran a wee bit by Marsoe.
They're playing right on the line, though, right on that advantage line. Those runners, the last three, sorry, Tony, those last 3 runners have all been really flat, and that one was certainly in front.
You can tell these are two teams that haven't played for a while.
I think New Zealand will be pretty happy with the position they've won so far in this game.
No, it's not. Stay on.
Trapped in the back by Owen. Oh, he slipped. That's in the arms of Umaga. Hasn't got a lot of support, so he has to take it in. Michael Phillips not making the clearance. Now Kelleher. Here's Collins crunching his way in. Makes good ground. Now it's with Kelleher again. Oh boy, they're flat. Here's Carter. I think flat's being a bit kind, actually.
They were up offside, weren't they?
Yeah, Rokethoko. Let's just keep an eye on that Welsh defensive screen as Gareth Thomas goes back. And challenged by Rico Gear, and he gets a good kick away. The veteran Welsh fullback, the man who captained the Lions, remember, in the 2nd and 3rd Test matches. Well, they're playing the game very much like the Springboks did.
I was thinking exactly that. Yes, of course, the only game New Zealand has lost in recent times is against the Boks, and there was the rush defence, of course, up in the midfield. And sitting there at Cape Town, I was wondering whether they were getting a bit of licence from the referee. I certainly hope They don't get it today, the opposition.
One of the most pleasing features so far of the All Black performance has to be the scrummaging. That's 2 or 3 scrums now. Wales have managed to clear the ball, but they're very much in danger of getting wheeled around and losing possession at scrum time. And if that continues, it's going to be a problem for them because they haven't really had clean scrum ball. In fact, their set phase ball hasn't been very good at all so far, Wales. And that's promising for the All Blacks.
Well, with Oliver back, it's an area that he's renowned for. Heyman, of course, the two of them together in Otago, and now with the mammoth Tialata. It's a big, strong, heavy front row, much bigger than the Welsh.
Oliver throws. Nicely dragged down by James Ryan. Flat pass. Umanga nicely dragged down in the tackle by Stephen Jones. Here is Tialata having a charge. Now it's Oliver straight up the middle. The All Blacks might have had a chat and said let's go straight up a couple of times, try and suck a few in. Here's Rico Gear, delays his pass nicely. Collins gets it back. All Blacks looking better here. Again, they're not committing many to the ruck. A lot of them standing out on this near side as Kelleher drags it out for Chris Marsoe. Tried to flick the pass up and he was playing an advantage.
Get away from that ball. You slowed it down first.
And it's against Wales. So the All Blacks get their first penalty, and it wasn't an offside call. It was slowing down the ball at the ruck.
Yeah, they had a referees conference at the IRB this week, and that was one of the areas they were told to really crack down, and any repeat offenders they've been told to give them yellow cards.
Well, first little bit of exposure of the Welsh backs by New Zealand, creating an overlap on the far flank. Gear and Muliaina and Collins it was. This is the end of it, where the ruck was sent up. Yeah, I thought that ball came back too slow, and for a minute I thought, well, maybe there's not enough New Zealand forwards over the play.
First chance then, 10 minutes gone for Dan Carter to add to his 315 test points, averaging at just over 14 per test match. Here's his first kick of the day, and it's right on target, and the All Blacks have the lead by 3-0.
Oh, what a way to start, Dan Carter, because believe me, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of emotion. The first kick of the night, so important for a goal kicker to slot it, for his confidence, his rhythm, everything.
It's such a weird atmosphere, Murray. The crowd, some of the sting's been taken out of the crowd, but the fact that the All Blacks have really dominated territory and possession early on, and now it's just a weird, surreal, echoey feeling inside this building. Well, you call it a building, wouldn't you?
Well, it's incredible, isn't it? 98% of territory in New Zealand's favour.
74,000. The All Blacks with 98% possession. Kelleher, a long pass to Carter. That's nicely worked, but Thomas is in good position. Rokothoko's coming up. Nice straight line here from the All Blacks.
Oh,
chip and chase by Thomas. And he manages to get Kelleher to knock it on. Playing an advantage here as Morgan has it. Now Wales getting the ball for the first time. He's got the arm out, Chris White, as Phillips gets it off to Jonathan Thomas, the flanker. And the advantage is over. Shane Williams, so dangerous. Duncan Jones, one of the two hair bears in the front row. Wales still in possession. Now Stephen Jones gets it off to Thomas. Now Chavis. Spot tackle made by Conrad Smith.
Yeah, there it is.
And the ball tidied up, and oh, he wants to give the ball to Wales.
I don't know about that.
Not sure why.
I don't know about that.
All this on the floor, scrum down.
Umanga was outstanding in defence. Then he wrapped up the ball carrier. Jones, another Jones. Is that what the A stands for on the back? No.
First aid, please, Blacks.
Adam Jones of Ospreys.
Yeah, Kerry Sweeney pretty lucky not to be done for going in the side there too. But they looked up when they got the ball first time with a really set attacking formation, and all they saw was a big black wall of jerseys. All Black defence was beautifully set.
But the roar, the inevitable roar when the Welsh team was inside their territory, the All Blacks for the first time.
Namir Tialata, the man down.
Yeah, just a little problem with the ankle here, maybe lower calf. the surface isn't as good as it looks. It's a lot better than last year and a hell of a lot better than it was about 3 years ago, Nisbo. But as you know, they're all big squares, and when they put them together, these squares of turf, they're often quite uneven, little potholes here and there.
But the grass is good at this time of year, they tell me. Much better than it will be in a month's time.
Another good All Black scrum. Look at this. Wales under pressure, but now here goes Phillips to Williams. Shane Williams easily wrapped up by Smith, but the ball coming on the Welsh side again for Owen. Long pass across, snapped up by Thomas, Jonathan Thomas. Down he goes on the tackle of Carl Heyman. Now Jones turns it back. Boy, the tackling is solid. Oliver made a good one there. Now they work it away to big Robert Sidoli. Down he goes.
Oh, Chris Jack, superb.
Ball turned over. All Blacks defence outstanding. Now the little kick. Here comes Rico Gear. Oh boy, if that had sat up, it might have been handy. Adam Jones was getting across in defence.
You wouldn't back him though, would you?
Not really. Clever kick by Kelleher.
Not a prop on Gear. No, this is great. Look at Chris Jack. Everything legitimate about that. Everything. And still the ability to get his body over and go forward. Well, classic copybook turnover.
You can't go anywhere.
Owen goes forward and grabs the line-out take. Michael Owen, the number 8, did a captaincy job midweek on the Lions tour. Now down to Gear it goes. All Blacks could be dangerous on the counter-attack. Muliaina quickly across to Rokethoko, looking for Conrad Smith. Gave him a good pass too. Got it back to Umaga. Just couldn't find any support and lost it forward. But great combination there.
Well,
firstly Smith into the gap, then he found Umaga. He just couldn't link.
Well, it's one of the things that the Welsh, I would imagine, would be reluctant to do, is kick the ball to New Zealand. The counter-attack is ferocious. Umaga going through the gap, looking for someone to feed. They were all there, but just not quite in the right spot.
All Blacks again looking to put pressure on this Welsh scrum. It's a little more stable this time as it's held by Owen, and this time Jones gets a little more time as Marsoe comes at him. Again Muliaina takes it quickly and decides against the throw to Rokethoko.
Yes, he was tempted. An eye for an opportunity. Muliaina always has, and Rokethoko, they all have. In fact, the backline, when I think about it. And yes, of course, you need so today.
15 minutes gone, first half. Millennium Stadium. Dan Carter penalty, 3-0. Jack comes in and does a great job. Lobs it for Kelleher. Long pass across for Umaga. Got support there from Marsoe. Now it's there again. Short pass to Collins, thumping it up again. Slipped the pass nicely.
Oh, outstanding free.
Kelleher again. Now Carter heaves it on. Looking to probe down that right wing side.
And keeping in, he was short of room.
Welsh flat again. Boy, how flat. Oliver got caught. Quickly taken. Kelleher's off. Kelleher's got support. Still got it in.
Oh no!
Dear.
Oh no! Umaga was in. I don't believe it.
Well, that's almost a yellow card, that. The crowd are booing. But that's a blatant professional foul.
Players lying everywhere. Marsoe's won. But, well, Byron Kelleher missed the chance there. Umaga was unmarked. Kelleher's still down.
Well, you only get those opportunities in test matches. Very rarely. Kelleher did everything right, but he never passed Umaga, the last pass. So this is just the end of it, of course.
Close, please.
It was smart thinking initially, but then he had every opportunity to set this up, didn't he?
Well,
one each way.
It was a given.
The crowd aren't very happy. I'm not quite sure what it's about. Maybe they felt that Cobain's tackle way back in the All Black territory was okay and that Wales shouldn't have been penalised.
Well, they've also seen a replay of a bit of what happens when you lie on the ball. A bit further back down. Yeah, that's a blatant professional foul, really, isn't it?
I think of bigger concern, Tony, to the All Blacks is this very flat defensive line. In fact, it's more than flat, it's offside.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether the touch judges are allowed to compete. This match isn't being played under Clive Woodward's rules.
So here's Carter to try and grab the 3. Should have been 5, maybe 7. But the All Blacks will take the 3 points, and they now lead by 6-0.
Nisbo, you're absolutely correct. The rush defence is with spot tackles at the moment. But it's a very risky form of defence, isn't it? Because if there's a missed pass and there's one man pulling off a spot tackle, all of a sudden there's a huge gap. Well, unacceptable really to have a man unmarked 5 metres from the goal line, draw the last man and pass.
Jones goes high, lined up by Kelleher. Back for Gear, and Rico Gear in the All Black 22. Back for Kelleher to clear, and he gets it away down towards the 10-metre line.
So the territory battle still favours New Zealand significantly, 88% now. Wales with a little bit of action.
Cobain, the Aussie-born lock forward. Very slow ball though for the Welsh. Phillips now for Jones, gets it away to Gareth Thomas. Slipped through the tackle of Umaga and got it off to Morgan. Rakatoko. Wales with their best chance of the game so far. Now it's with Jones again. Shane Williams. Michael Owen tried to get the pass away. I think the referee was playing advantage for a minute or two, but now he's playing advantage the All Blacks way.
Well, stop, flag in.
And there's a flag. Jonathan Kaplan, I think, on this near side, has got something to say.
The support player was tugged back by that centre over there.
Penalty back here.
Penalty back there against Black.
Show me
Another word, this fella here.
Well, it's against New Zealand.
It's against Conrad Smith.
As the player went through, there was a pullback against this player. I don't want to see it again.
What was it, son?
Pullback.
Is there man place there? Sorry? Man place?
Well, the initial problem for the All Blacks was that Gareth Thomas beat Tana Umaga on the outside. And they're going back a long way. So this infringement was actually from that particular bust. When Thomas went past, Conrad Smith must have held one of the Welsh players back.
Yeah, if the referee had seen it, you'd imagine an advantage would have been over. But because it's off a touch judge's report, they come back to the penalty.
Oh, we clearly saw it then. It was Sweeney that was held back by Conrad Smith.
Now Stephen Jones to take the shot at goal, but Alfie Thomas will be pretty happy. He got on the outside of Umaga, or beat the tackle of Umaga. Yeah. And you'd have to say that Tana, he's shelled a couple of passes early on in this game. He won't be happy about the missed tackle. He's a man who's been under a lot of pressure since he's got here.
Thanks, Matty.
Did you say Alfie Thomas?
That's what they call him.
That's his nickname.
Yep.
Well, he's certainly a gregarious character.
So here's Stephen Jones. The Welsh have always had good goal kickers, and Stephen Jones is just another one. So 6 points to 3.
Yes, you do get the impression of Wales that they're all sitting around us. They all kick goals, but that couldn't have been straighter.
Dan Carter having to make that tackle. So the All Blacks go back the other way, and they've got a man in front. Plus it would have gone out on the full anyway. So just a couple of untidy little pieces of play by the All Blacks.
Hold, engage, okay. Stay on, stay there, don't go any further.
Scrum just holding and no more.
Phillips feeds it off to Jones. Works it back on the inside to Mark Taylor, the veteran centre. Now Phillips, Jones, hoisting high. Muliaina's keen to get underneath it. Knocked on by Muliaina. Jones tries to get out of the Collins tackle. Still playing an advantage. Back now to Taylor. And there won't be any advantage there. So back they go to the Muliaina knock on. He came charging in.
He's so good at that ball in the air, Muliaina. I thought a hand got to it just as he jumped, actually.
Well, Wales will feel they're right back on the pace of this game. They hardly got any ball for the first 10 or so minutes. But that penalty and the break and now the high kick, they've got the crowd making the noise again.
Phillips. Jones. Knocked on by Thomas, will certainly look like it.
Let go, Black. Feet off.
And then he gathered the ball on the ground.
Phillips now to Owen.
Let go, Black.
Marceau makes a good solid tackle. Phillips. Again for Stephen Jones. Clears it wide for Sweeney. Now it's with Adam Jones. And he's well contained.
Now come away, Black. Let it come, Black. Let it come. There it is.
Wales going backwards so far in this movement.
Leave it, Black, leave it.
Shane Williams. Oh, tried to wriggle his way through. Chris Jack closed the gap for him. Now it's with Kerry Sweeney. Straight out to Duncan Jones.
Let go, Reg,
Turn over Marceau.
Let go. No.
You'll see the tackle.
He's
In the replay, Marceau was the man.
No. Move away, lads. Let go of him. Move away.
Great work in there by Jerry Collins. You could see him. He got a hold of him.
Stop it coming. You must release the ball. You're outnumbered.
Well, Jerry exposed him or turned him.
Away. You turned your body over that ball.
Duncan Jones. And then Marceau arm underneath and ripped it.
Are you getting this interference?
Great example of two loose forwards working together, Murray.
Well, you got to have it. Two men's equal to three. It's been that way for a long time on the football field. And so crucial at that breakdown tackle area.
How many?
So there's a few people here on the edge of their seats, and it's only early in the game. Actually, I'm one of them.
Let's hold.
So, Chris Jack. No.
Jerry Collins is going to be the line-out man. Kelleher feeds it to Carter. Carter trying to slip through. Jones stayed with him though. Ball comes back quickly, snapped up by Soialo. And the All Blacks again set it. Oliver. Jack hands it off to Muliaina. Trying to step his way through the Welsh defence.
He did so.
Now it comes again to Carter. Umaga, extra man if they want him. Rokathoko still standing. Just couldn't release it up. Now it's with Rico Gear. Ball pops back. There it is with Carter. Carter to Collins. And they're in touch.
Oh, exciting stuff, New Zealand. Just keeping that ball alive. Slipping the tackle. Wales doing well to hold it. Rokathoko outstanding. He just climbed through it. Shrugged off another tackler over the top. The momentum was slow to course. He controlled the ball.
Oh, he's thrown it over the back straight to Soialo. And, well, I thought it hurt him on the knee.
I thought he said so.
He might have got his hand to it first, I think, then the knee.
Not sure about that.
It must be square, gentlemen. Who's watching? It must be square. Flankers, stay on.
Knew that was a mistake by the Welsh line-out for sure. Communication error.
All Blacks to put pressure on this scrum, no doubt.
Stay on.
Just starting to screw. This is going to make it hard for them.
He's on his feet, now be quiet. Be quiet.
And they've done it well though, Wales.
Jones is way in the in-goal area.
Chase it. Let go, both of you. Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
Well, he's saying New Zealand up
Move away,
offside
gentlemen.
there,
Stand up and move away.
but I think it was
Holding that offside line, boys.
made to
Offside
look
there.
worse by the mistake behind the scrum, the fumble behind the scrum.
Offside.
Jones happy to get rid of it and put it into touch just out from the 22.
But Stephen Jones hasn't played a lot of rugby. He's come back from France where he had an injury, a knee injury that really had him in doubt for this game.
Stay there.
So what is it, a six-man line-out? Collins is off.
Out. Stay there.
Meffin Davis. Another easy take for Michael Owen. Now they're driven back by the All Blacks.
Well, that was beautiful position by Suriello, right over the ball.
Stay off your feet. Tim. He's gone off his feet. You're on the floor doing that. Stay on your feet.
All Blacks getting caned on the penalty count.
Yeah, I know. It's in fact, he's tough. White has been tough since that started.
Use the line, lads. Gentlemen, the line. Captain, step the front.
Joe Rokothoko coming from good depth.
All in. Six in. Who's
And
with
the
that?
All Blacks
Six
looking
out.
a little more likely at this stage to get across the white line.
Six.
But Wales' defence has held. 13 minutes remaining first half. Tipped down, beautiful hands by Robert Sidoldi.
Hands away back. Stay here.
And Wales in possession. Snapped up by Duncan Jones. Then a charge made by Adam Jones. Now Phillips. Off to Stephen Jones. Good hands in centre field by Kerry Sweeney.
And they come, boys.
Turnover.
Ball turned over. Away he goes. Kelleher looking for Rico Gear. Quick hand. Now it's with Gear, in fact. Right to the 22.
Go, boys. Let go, Reds.
All Blacks looking for quick ball, and here it comes. They've got numbers if they can get it wide, but the kick might be too big. Oh dear.
Oh, they were all offside again though, Nisbo, at the breakdown.
But it was a great turnover.
Okay.
Terrific victory.
The guys 3-4 metres in front of the breakdown.
So it was Conrad Smith that did the damage there.
Numbers, Wales.
And Byron Kelleher ran well with the ball here. Watch Gear on the inside.
Hang on.
Almost held back there.
4. He's there. You're all right.
So
Excellent.
the Welsh on their line. What have we got? A four-man line
New
out?
Zealand, adjust.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
down
I
to
will.
14 at the moment, Tono. He's just got back to his feet. Kevin Morgan, the right winger, receiving some attention.
Well, that's a messy line-out throw again, and Chris Jacks grabbed it.
Let go, Reds.
So the All Blacks should get this.
Hold there.
Collins peels away as Kelleher delivers the pass. Now Umaga got it off to Marsoe. He in turn
More
got it off to
space.
Carter. Here's a chance. Muliaina and Gear's in. Rico Gear gets the opening try.
And it was a classic. Classic creation of space on the outside. Marsoe did well. But all the players did well, right from Chris Jack. The key, of course, was against the throw in the line out. Jack nailed it. They got driven back. So here it is. That big right hand. No, two-handed take.
Great work from James Ryan, though, wasn't it? Because he disrupted where the ball was going for Wales.
So Umaga did the right thing. He drew the defence, and then they just distributed it. When we got to this position, Muliaina, he knew Gear was in the perfect position outside and finished.
So try number 4 in Test rugby for Rico Gear. And the All Blacks have finally converted the territory that they've had in this game into some points. They've blown a couple. Now Carter from the sideline. Oh, what a kick. Brilliant kick by Dan Carter. The New Zealand fans, and I can assure you there are plenty of them here today, are pretty happy with this. But in the end, Wales ran out of defenders. Muliaina and Gear in at the corner.
Well, I guess that's been the game, though, to date. It's been New Zealand throwing it at Wales and Wales holding. But they have really been in hold mode. And eventually it broke. The key is now, will Wales come back or will New Zealand go back onto attack?
Jones goes short. So'ialo climbs and gets it.
Hands away, that's the ruck, hands away.
Oliver having to play halfback. Carter, he was going one way and managed to correct. Kick by Kelleher straight down the throat of Shane Williams.
He lost the ball.
That's a pretty disappointing result.
Well, that's a knock on. That's a knock on. He's let him get away with the kick there, but he lost control of that ball.
Well,
and I've got the All Black bench in front of me. They cannot believe that decision.
So this is the try again. Umaga coming back, drawing 2-3 players really, because he stopped the flow and enabled Marsoe linking.
Play resumes as the replay continues.
Oh, brilliant. So'ialo.
Here we are back live as the All Blacks short pass goes up to Anton Oliver. Now Kelleher. Carter works it across. Now Carl Heyman.
Oh, get out
Big
of my
Carl
way.
Heyman. He gets good support too from Marsoe and So'ialo. Now the All Blacks starting to call the shots, but it's been knocked forward by Smith. It was a high pass, but the defence was up quickly too.
And the crowd has gone quiet, there is no doubt. The All Blacks looking like they've got a semblance of control. Plenty of ball, of course. The flow continues at 60%.
Now injury break here, Stephen Jones, and I think the referee too is not happy with his microphone.
The referee, Nisbo, he's got a problem with his earpiece.
He's obviously not hearing the touch judges saying offside, Tony.
Although Stephen Jones is taking the opportunity just to get a bit of attention to a cut. This is it's a pretty tradesman-like performance by that All Black tight five. Certainly their own ball is good, and they're really starting to cause some problems for the Welsh, both line out and at scrum time.
I think the area that's been really impressive, though, has been at the tackle area, where all players seem to be first man to the breakdown now. And the last occasion was So'ialo, which I think almost telepathic understanding between Marsoe and So'ialo, where So'ialo offloaded in the tackle when he was hitting the deck, and Marsoe carried it on. So it's good combinations.
Anton Oliver's just had, well, quite an animated discussion with the referee, Chris White. Not quite sure what that would be about.
I still want to crouch on it. No, I crouch. Crouch and hold, engage. Okay. Don't go there, don't go there.
Scrum fed by Michael Phillips. All Blacks again crabbing it round. Now Jones with a bandage on his head now. Taken down by Mark Taylor. Now a flat run coming from Cobain. And stolen by Carl Heyman. Just ripped it clean out of his hands. Kick made by Kelleher. And, oh dear, too big. Too big. Disappointing. Great work by Carl Heyman. He just went straight for the ball and ripped it away from Cobain.
Cobain will hate that. The man they call Disaster. He keeps injuring his own teammates.
Well, New Zealand winning the battle there on the turnovers at 5-1. And I think 4 of them have been in a similar situation to what you just saw. Up in the air, not on the ground.
Players coming and going in that Welsh line-out has been grabbed by Chris Jack.
Again.
All Blacks doing a wonderful job on the Welsh line-out.
No, wait.
Slow. Now it goes to Carter. Wide it goes to Gear, creating a bit of space out wide. Rokathoko, Muliaina on the chop, looking on the inside, couldn't get the pass off.
No, he was well held, that ball and all.
Marsoe rolls the pass for Carter. Heyman couldn't hang on. Ball bounces for Jarvis. Wales looking for a turnover, but knock-ons both ways. All Blacks creating a bit of space.
Well, it has been interesting listening to the Welsh now. Of course, they know their rugby in this part of the world. Everyone you talk to know. But they've been saying how they rate themselves an opportunity, and I've kept on asking the question, where do you think you can beat New Zealand? And so often they've said on the forwards, but at this stage, the forward battle is very much going in New Zealand's favour.
How many grades?
So he couldn't quite secure it, and then Chris Jack, he had his left arm held, and he still managed to grab it, pull it in with his right.
Everybody wants to chat to the referee. Latest being Michael Owen. All Black bench.
You are starting to see the impact of some of these guys, key men that are missing from this Welsh side. Let's not forget they've got 6 very good players out of the side. We know the All Black team is not what we'd consider full strength, but just the combination not there between that big man at halfback, Michael Phillips, and Stephen Jones. It's not crisp, is it? Under pressure too.
No, they're rather hoping that Michael Phillips might eventually turn into a Terry Holmes. Remember, Terry Holmes was a fine Welsh halfback many years ago. He's a very big player. Now here's a penalty, and away goes Phillips, chased by Kelleher, got away from him. Now there's a bit of a chance. Marsoe tracking across and grabs a hold of Mark Taylor, but they're in All Black territory. Ball comes back slowly. It's with Shane Williams looking to wriggle his way through close to the ruck. Backs are waiting for this. They're going to take a while to get it though.
Good defence, New Zealand.
Now it comes back. Stephen Jones whips it wide, but the defence comes roaring across.
A good tackle made by Anton Oliver there.
Now Michael Owen, Collins and Jack take him to ground.
And trying to expose him, and they did a bit.
Sweeney. Williams looked a bit forward. It's okay though. Now Jarvis. Jones again. Here's Owen. Dragging an extra couple of metres. Gareth Thomas. Smack. I think it was Kelleher who met him head on. Now they move it away again to Jones. Out to Duncan Jones now, the loose head prop. All Blacks defence holding right across the park though. Sweeney to hooker Meffin Davis. Now Phillips again. Thomas runs into Tialata, who puts him down. They're still outside the 22. 11 phases strung together. Not sure a lot of ground's been made, mind you. Sweeney goes down. It's impressive in terms of ball retention. Oh, good tackle, Dan Carter. That had to be made as Kevin Morgan nearly wriggled his way through. Now Stephen Jones again. Sweeney. Tialata's made a few tackles. He's involved in another one. As Wales regroup. All Blacks looking to walk over the top. And Jonathan Kaplan has got something to say. Now this is unlikely to be against the team carrying the ball. Let's see what happens.
Well, I thought Cobain was giving Umang a howl actually. He was standing on top of him.
Problem, please.
He was quite possibly lying on the wrong side. That player, number 4 Reg, took the ball into took it into his own hands, took the law into his own hands and punched him. So the penalty is shown out of a...
It's going to be against Cobain, so I was wrong. It is against the team carrying the ball.
You're only suspicious because you saw him at a betting shop the other day, Nisbo.
True.
No, Umaga was pinned to the bottom, and this guy was sitting on top of him. And in fact, in the end, Kaplan came on the field and tried to break it up.
You understand that? Where's the penalty, Donald?
Well, games can change in one silly action, and Brett Cobain has been penalised after Wales had held the ball for so long
Well, it was encouraging for Wales and for the Welsh crowd here today because they had numbers over the ball, and I think it was about 13 phases. It was quite impressive stuff. I mean, the only disappointing factor would be they didn't really break the New Zealand line open. But even to hold the ball for that period, it would be, well, it would give them a good feel anyway.
Well, if that last one was a punch, I'll give it away.
No, it was going on for quite a lot longer than that, actually. That was just the end of it where he sort of patted him on the head to say, you know, all's fair.
Oliver throws. Collins rising high. Quick delivery again. Umaga running hard and flat. Jones partially held him. Ball bounces out for Kelleher. Tialata puts his head down and stays on his feet nicely.
Oh, good run.
Somebody's lost a boot. Now Kelleher for Dan Carter. Umaga looking for a gap. Oh, got the pass off nicely to Oliver. He in turn flicked it into Rokethoko. All Blacks keeping the ball alive. Marsoe.
He dropped it.
And he dropped it.
Yes, incredible work there actually by Umaga first of all to get it free. Oliver to gather it and just keep out of touch. So it was great support. They're just so good, this team, at offloading in the tackle. It's one of the areas that I think came to light against France last year. Was the first time it became evident that they must be spending a lot of time on the offload and the tackle. I mean, Oliver that time he had no option but to keep the ball alive. He was being pushed to the touch.
Now the boot was that of Tialata's, so the scrum can't carry on without him.
So surprising enough, on rucks and mauls and general turnovers, it's pretty square, these two teams, but ruck and maul turnovers himself, big advantage to New Zealand, 5-1.
Couple of minutes remaining first half. Oh, big gap opens up as the scrum screws, but that's quickly shut down by Soialo and by Collins. Now Jones, and a good clearance this time by Stephen Jones.
Oh, it's hard to believe. I'm looking at the clock and the first half is almost gone. Test rugby just seems to be that much faster. It certainly is as a player as well.
Reds to the back, please. Stay there.
Oliver lobbing it in. Oh, it's too far. Straight in the arms of Chavis. Away for Jones. All Blacks having to regroup quickly. In comes Thomas. Good spot tackle by Rico Geary. Came in and met him head on and snuffed it out. Sidoli for Owen. Tried to get the ball over the top and it was lost forward.
Time, please.
Well, there haven't been many mistakes made by the All Black line-out. That was one of them. In fact, line-out's very much going the All Blacks' way.
Well, they're mixing it up. They're not just throwing to the two traditional lock forwards, they're also throwing to Collins. They've had two to Collins, and that was to Soialo, that one, but a little bit overthrown, just beyond his reach.
Reds, closer.
Of course, you're exposed if you use one of your loose forwards, your number 8 to back the line out, and if it's overthrown,
Reds come to the mark.
it's a free ball to the opposition.
Hold. To the cracks. Engage.
So the scrum looking to me like New Zealand's just getting an edge in that area.
There goes the siren indicating half time, and Dan Carter standing inside his 22 gets a big kick away, and Chris White says that is half time here at the Millennium Stadium. The All Blacks have scored the only try of the match so far. Rico Gear got it, and they lead by 13-3.
A strong performance by New Zealand this first half with the passion of the moment. The Welsh team not really up to the same level. Possession, territory and tries on the board. Everything favours New Zealand this first half, particularly that oh-so crucial area of ruck and maul turnovers.
The great rivalry started back in 1905. 100 years later, in 2005, the All Blacks lead at half-time by 13-3.
Play in the second half with more parity, and we achieved that, and I think this All Black team has done the same.
The big rugby program here in Wales Fiji playing here next Friday night. Already they've pre-sold over 50,000 tickets. Then they've got battles on the following weekends with Australia and South Africa, so it doesn't get much better for the Welsh rugby public, starting with the All Blacks, then Fiji, Australia and South Africa.
Rugby definitely on an all-time high, it seems, in Wales.
Two teams back out on the field, and looks like no changes on either side.
Gareth Thomas, who made one good clean break for the Welsh. Apart from that, the All Black defence has been rock solid. So the All Blacks will receive the opening kick-off of this second half. Chris White checking with everybody. And we're just about set to go.
Use him, lads.
Stephen Jones with the kick-off. Away we go, second half. Lining this up is Chris Jack. Takes it nicely too, just near the 22. Back it comes for Byron Kelleher. And just a little off the side of the boot as he gets it away into touch. And the first line out, an area that the All Blacks really did excel, as John Kerwin mentioned at half-time.
6.
Well, they got just a little bit of an advantage, 10-8. But the key area, of course, is 3 against the throw. Chris Jack, I think, got 2. If not, maybe the third as well.
Meffin Davis, that's not straight. And no excuses when you're playing in an indoor stadium, that's for sure.
Yes, the conditions are removed a certain amount, although the field is another issue. I noticed there were 7 guys doing maintenance on the field at half-time on this grass.
Relax,
So they
no ball. Holding, engage.
have a portable track, I guess, and it can be quite broken up by rucks, mauls,
No
scrums.
from either of you, gentlemen. From the far side. You all right? Let's get a crouch again, lads.
So a chance in the second half to have a look at Duncan Jones against Carl Heyman. Heyman, the rock of the New Zealand scrum, as Kelleher off to Carter. Jabs a little one in behind. The Welsh held their line nicely.
Let go now.
A dab up the middle by halfback Phillips Sidoli. Now it's with Duncan Jones.
And all the tackles held right on the line.
Stephen Jones, oh, that was always going to happen. Smith trying to grab a hold of it. Did he knock it on? Yeah, he did. Wasn't immediately picked up.
No, he got the call from Jonathan Kaplan. You'd feel that for Wales to have any chance in this game, they really do have to be the first team to score in the second half. Otherwise, it could be a tough second 40 for them.
Well, that was rush defence for New Zealand there. Dan Carter taking a leaf out of the Welsh books.
Hang on, Judge. Hold. Engage.
Michael Phillips, again the scrum screwing. It's not stable.
Well, they nearly didn't clear that ball and just about lost possession, I'd say.
Look, I'm no expert on this scrummaging, but it looks to me like Namir Tialata is doing a tremendous job on Adam Jones on the loose head side for the All Blacks.
Hold, Blacks.
That's the way most of the scrums have wheeled.
Better this time from Wales. Owen. Jones running from depth, looking better this time, but then the last pass is a shocker. Kevin Morgan has to recover the ball, or try to. Now it's with Shane Williams. Marsoe gets a hold of him.
Oh, turnover.
Oh, the ball's been turned over, so Keller brings it away for Carter. Now it's with Collins to Heyman, Oliver, and the All Blacks in possession right in centre field as Kelleher delivers up to Carter, looking for the gap. Almost goes to his way through. Now Rico Gear on Gareth Thomas. He's done him, and Rico Gear is in. Try number 2.
Oh, lovely play. Dan Carter created it. He created the space, and Rico Gear, well, he's looking like a prince of wingers to me, the way he beats a man. But he judged that beautifully. Hasn't this man come on in 12 months? Confidence when he's got the ball out wide. He backs his ability. What a way to finish.
But how is Carter? He made the call to switch the play, and the timing, the accuracy of the pass. This kid is just something very special.
Just got to check the grounding of the ball. Don't think there's a problem. Scott Young is upstairs somewhere. Nobody's in any doubt.
Well,
both teams have gone to their respective positions.
Obviously the referee was. Otherwise he would have looked pretty good to me.
Well, I guess he needs a replay to make that decision. There we go. Well, why would you need to go to a replay for that?
Exactly. Exactly. It just slows down the whole momentum of the thing, doesn't it?
Time back up.
Yeah, it was worth a look, wasn't it?
If Carter, I don't know. I don't think it was. If Carter kicks this goal, it'll be 20 points to 3, which would be a phenomenal lead 5 minutes into the second half.
Well, it puts pressure on the Welsh to take a few risks, I guess. It means they won't be able to kick their way to victory. They'll have to score tries. Here's Carter. Oh, he's in lovely form today.
Indeed, indeed.
They're still raving over here about his performance in the second test against the Lions. Remember, he's had a broken leg since then, but Rico Gear in sublime form today.
So the turnover was just what numbers over the ball, really. And this was sort of clever to keep it alive, and then they came back from there on the short side again.
Jones with a long kick. Kelleher lining it up. Gear's got it. This time he's contained. The All Blacks are quite happy to do that. Now it's back for Carter. Chased across field by Kerry Sweeney, but he's got good distance on that kick too. And he really is running the game, Dan Carter.
Yes, he looks very relaxed and calm. But that's the gap. He pierced the gap, and then the beautiful pass. The timing of off his left and in the tackle. Kabomba.
Thomas was trusting the player on the inside to make the tackle. He was looking after the outside break, and neither were able to do it.
And I also think Shane Williams made a mistake too. He came in and left Gear.
That's knocked down by halfback Michael Phillips. Well, you do wonder, Tony, whether Mike Ruddock might start going to the bench shortly.
Well, no real sign of it yet, Nisbo. Oh, yes, we might have the first one coming up now. Looks like a change being made in the front row. Chris Horsman, the man who's recently just qualified to play for Wales. He's come on, and he's come on for the big man in 3, Adam Jones, who's had a pretty tough afternoon against young Niamir Tialata.
Yeah, well, I think that's an admission, isn't it, that Tialata's had the best of that battle. Now, Horsman's an interesting guy. He's an English-born player, diagnosed with testicular cancer when he was just 21, so he's got through that, and he's now playing international rugby.
Interesting sign that the All Blacks might be about to make a tit-for-tat change, because Tony Woodcock has gone for a run, and Andrew Hawes got the tackle bag out to give him a warm-up.
Well, great debut for Tialata. He'd be delighted, but it endorses your comment, doesn't it, Tony? So he has gone well. He's also taken the ball up pretty strongly on a couple of occasions.
And he's made a lot of tackles, Murray. Some of them against fleet-footed backs as well. He's done exceptionally well, but there's Horsman.
Well, he tried to make a point in that first scrum.
All in. All in.
So here are the All Blacks.
So where will it go?
Big strong start to this second half. Up goes Chris Jack. There's an advantage here for the All Blacks.
No advantage, you're taking out the
I was trying to work out who went roaring through.
And it's not a great idea to argue with Jerry Collins.
Well, he drove Jerry Collins out of the line.
I don't want to see it again. Take it out. Don't do it again. In 15, taking the man out, taking the support jumper, that man.
Now here's an interesting call. All Blacks, so they're going to go and kick it out. Now this is a sign of a team with a lot of confidence.
Well, it's a sign of a team that wants to score another try.
Number 6.
To really twist the knife while it's in.
Oliver's throw. Up goes James Ryan this time.
Quality ball. They twisted it, Wales. They did well, actually. They disrupted. In fact, they've got a turnover here coming.
Don't touch it, Red.
Oh, not quite. They didn't know where it was. Well, it's still maybe available. Yes, no.
It's there now.
Don't touch it.
Marsoe has to get it off. Now Carter to Umanga. Rocker, Thoko. Quick hands, Muliaina. Gear for the corner and a hat-trick for Rico Gear.
Well, he would be absolutely delighted. But it was beautiful play from depth. The Welsh defence was really stretched. Creation of space and the finish of a Gear. I think he's just checking that his foot wasn't in touch, but it certainly wasn't.
Wales had all the time in the world to get their defence organised. It was slow ball. But that's clearly another try. So Rico Gear has picked up a hat-trick, doubled his number of tries in test matches.
Very aware where his legs were too, which is a classic, the way he's got them tucked up underneath his body.
Awarding a try. Thank you, Scott.
Rico Gear gets a hat-trick. Christian Cullen was the last one to do it. John Kerwin, who's sitting over there with Tony Johnson, he got 4 in 1988 in Christchurch. He might be a bit nervous, Tony.
He doesn't look too nervous to me. He's looking pretty relaxed.
Yeah, well, most New Zealanders are in the stadium.
A little bit of concern about James Ryan while that was going on, and Angus McDonald was up off his feet in a flash, but Ryan jogging back into position. He's done a very good job disrupting Wales ball tonight.
Oh, he's kicked it again.
Oh, that's a super kick again.
Well, I can hear them around Wales in the streets tomorrow waxing lyricals about Dan Carter, because they love to study the form of a first 5'8" or a fly half, as they call it over here.
Wales having to make another change, and it's at halfback where Michael Phillips. I'm sure we'll see more of this guy in the future, because he's a big, powerful halfback, very tall man, but he's been operating behind a pack that's been just slightly on the back foot most of the time, and he's replaced by Gareth Cooper in 20.
Gareth Cooper was on the Lions tour. Remember, of course, that Dwayne Peel is not available for this game. Oliver knocks it down. And here's a chance for Wales. Cobain. Now Cooper gets his hands on the ball. Stephen Jones gets it back. But the black jerseys are there. They're all over them.
No advantage. No advantage. We haven't got any advantage.
And he's going to go way back to the knock-on by Anton Oliver. So that's just something the All Blacks will have to keep an eye on. It's that concentration factor. You look at the scoreboard, 27-3, and it's very easy to drop the guard and the ball.
Well, he looked like he was in the perfect spot. Everybody knew what was going to happen. He was going to catch it and drive forward.
First mistake he's made, though, isn't it? His line-out throwing's been very good.
One over the back was a little long, that's about it. He's been very effective, especially when you look at the line-outs in New Zealand holding an advantage 12-9.
Looks as though Tony Woodcock is not too far away.
Yeah, I suspect that Angus McDonald may not be far behind him.
So it'd be an interesting question, Tony. Do you think Tialata will come off, or because Tialata could move to the tight head?
Who knows?
Quickly taken by Cooper. Trying to inject a little life into this Welsh performance. Just 5 metres away. Now it bounces back. Colin Jarvis has got it. Hardly mentioned his name all day. Now the ball comes back, and Duncan Jones makes a bit of ground. Now away they come. Sweeney off to Williams. Oliver gets to him head on, and up goes the touchdown flag.
Well,
and the crowd not very happy about that. I don't think they felt the ball was out, but I think the player touching the ball might have been in touch.
Well, here's the change, and it is the end of the game for Nemia Tialata, but that's a very, very good All Black debut for him. Tony Woodcock coming on, but Tialata, in an atmosphere like this, has just held his concentration, done everything that they would have asked of him in this game. And, well, the All Black scrum's not going to suffer for having this bloke on.
well. Well, this is the scrum that really blew the French apart last year.
Stay there.
This front row.
Yep. Stay there.
Which amazed the rugby world.
It doesn't have to be. You have to be a visible distance. That's it. He's not in.
Oliver's throw, beautifully claimed by Jack Ryan for Carter. Here's the man of the moment, Rico Gear.
Now let go, Wales.
Now it's back for Carter from the Kelleher pass. And they worked it so well.
Looking so efficient, aren't they, at the moment?
They're back in the groove, that's for sure. Tialata takes a seat after an excellent 60 minutes on debut. The boy from Wainui in Wellington.
Numbers, Wales.
Yep.
He told me earlier in the week that he's going back to play for that club, Murray.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard all these rumours about all the players playing for.
He's going to drag a few with him, I think.
Yeah. Wipu, obviously.
Sidoli off the top for the Welsh. Now Stephen Jones, Mark Taylor. Defence holds up well. It was Carter who made the tackle. Now Cooper. Already looking a little sharp around the scrum base, Wales. As Cooper gets it off to Jonathan Thomas. Now Stephen Jones. Out to Sidoli. Oliver in to tackle him. Cooper again. Now Stephen Jones. Good tackle by Smith.
Oh, Numunga for the turnover, is it? No, not quite.
Oh, I don't know. That's with Owen. Shane Williams. Cooper again. Now Thomas. Short pass to Sweeney. Lost it. All Blacks defence outstanding.
Isn't it? The ball's been moved around. They're holding possession, the Welsh. But the defensive line looks stoic.
Mike Ruddock will be disappointed this as he watches on. The Six Nations champions, and you just get the feeling that if the All Blacks had been able to play them in a couple of weeks, it could have been a hell of a game. But as it is, this is a very good performance by the All Blacks. They just simply haven't really allowed Wales into the game.
Both sides are moving too soon, lads. Too much movement before. Too much movement before.
So New Zealand scrum on their loose head. Solid as a rock.
Su'ialo just couldn't quite get rid of it quickly enough. Rokethoko does well though.
Oh yes.
Up the middle, Masoe. Now big James Ryan. He's got plenty of pace. In looking for Kelleher.
Oh, he should have pulled it in and sold the dummy.
Gareth Thomas and Byron Kelleher. And it's Thomas who's still down. And looks like a leg.
Leg or a groin. Well, Ryan, look at this. Free as a breeze. Ooh, he could have sold it.
Yes, he was a bit worried though.
He was looking to pass, wasn't he?
If he'd done a Kelleher, he mightn't have heard the end of it.
I think Thomas read it like a book. Why? It must be his ankle, I think.
He's a real warrior, this guy. Gareth Thomas plays his rugby in Toulouse across the English Channel these days. 84th cap. Nobody scored more tries for Wales than this bloke. And there's big James Ryan. And we saw in one of the, I think it was his debut test match against Fiji, just what sort of pace that he has got.
So this is an example of creation of space. A dummy runner, as you'll see, going on the inside. So this is the Wayne Smith School of Rugby you're looking at. Wonderful stuff, and the wing so wide outside. Yes, superb.
Can't get it into there, lads. Both sides. Back we come. Square and stationary, please. Wait for it.
Well, James Ryan,
hang on, lads.
yes,
stick there.
He could have scored a try, but Thomas, you'd have to say, saved the try.
Stay on, boys. Stay on. Stay on. You come off, lads. There. You come off. You come off the binding. You're off the binding there too far.
So almost an admission that the New Zealand team is turning the Welsh pack at will. And the crowd applaud for a penalty.
2 converted tries since half-time in the 15 minutes that we've had. And the All Blacks have established this very big advantage now, 27 points to 3.
This is Lee Byrne, Nisbo, who is the most likely replacement for Thomas, who just doesn't look like he can carry on. He's really hobbling out there.
Crowd trying to get behind the Wales as Owen takes it nicely. Jones, head on. Smith hit him really hard. Now Cooper again. Now Jonathan Thomas. The blindside flanker as Cooper whips it away again to no one in particular. It's with Colin Charvis. Down he goes in a copybook tackle again by Conrad Smith.
And a turnover, I think.
Yeah, tremendous play again by James Ryan at the breakdown. He was the man who was off his feet, just complimenting the very good work by Conrad Smith.
Well, it was often a concern in the early days about Conrad Smith's defence, but you can't fault it these days, and Gareth Thomas can't stay with us.
Well, he's certainly the local hero, and you've got to admire the man, his enthusiasm and excitement for his role, the captain's role.
Gaps, let them down.
I believe he even captains the side in Toulouse, is that right?
I think that is right. As Ryan, heaved away by Jack Tuumanga. Left it behind, now it's kick and chase. Kelleher leading the charge back. And what a good job he did. It was only really Jonathan Thomas there.
He leapt up too.
Not yet, not yet.
Back for Carter. And only Michael Owen back there. What a great kick.
Back to where they started from. Mind you, this might be a quick throw, yes.
Oh, yes. Straight to the new man, Lee Byrne. And his kick is down towards the halfway.
Well, it was a good kick, but it does give New Zealand the throw. So they won't be unhappy.
No, don't get involved. No. There's no need. Numbers. Reds, move. Reds.
So I see Rico Gear way over on the near touchline.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So I would imagine there will be another move by the All Black backs from this line out. It's good ball.
Ryan again for Kelleher. Flat to Umaga. Back for Carter. Now Rocker Thoko looking to create more space. Muliaina just running out of a little room that time. But Muliaina with good strength.
Leave me, watch your feet, there it is.
Still under control.
There it is for Kelleher. Now it's with Carter. Quickly gets it on to Soialo. Ducks under a high one. Makes good ground to the 10-metre line. Lays it back nicely. Now Kelleher whips it off the ground. There are a few forwards. And it wasn't supposed to go to Heyman. He was supposed to run the decoy. And away goes Duncan Jones. Now Cooper. Shane Williams. Cobain. Got the arm out, has Chris White. All Blacks must have been offside. Jones. Byrne. Good tackle, Marsoe.
Scragged.
Well, ironically, he's got the All Blacks for offside. Yeah.
2 changes coming up for the All Blacks, Nisbo. Andrew Hoare, and in the city, not the exact ground where his father made his debut back in 1972. Angus MacDonald. He'll be out there not before too long.
Well, another father-son All Black combination, Tony.
Yeah, and he deserves it too.
So here's an opportunity for Wales as we tick up towards halfway through the second half.
Just not going to bring them on while the All Blacks are so close to their own goal line.
All in. All in. Number 5, sorry.
Well, a little bit of despondency perhaps in the crowd at the moment.
Number 2, 17. Stay there, 17.
Davis throws. Cobain.
Hey, number 8, get back. Come away, 8 now.
Well, they've regathered the All Blacks. They've regathered now. They're driving them back.
He's got the All Blacks for something here.
Still advantage, stay there.
Now Cooper for Stephen Jones. Cooper's going to get, at least Stephen Jones gets it back. They're easily contained, though.
Listen. 8 and 5. 8 and 5. Listen.
Well, Rodney Sorialo can't understand what the penalty was for.
And James Ryan, both of them.
So, Wales having a crack. They have to really, don't they, when you look at the scoreboard. So, be their throw. I'm sure they'll take a full line out. I'm not sure whether they'll try and drive again. They just had a go at that and got driven backwards. So will they give it off the top? The backs are spread. I think I'd be inclined to do that, actually. Have a go at the All Black backs.
Davis throws again. Sidoli reaches up, and it wasn't straight. No, that's poor, really. It's the second time.
So, New Zealand with a chance to relieve a bit of pressure. Scrum.
Second most. Hole.
Eamon Oliver Woodcock. Ooh.
Good strength by Byron Kelleher.
Leave it now, Red. That's good.
Partially charged. Everybody's on. Ball tipped up and grabbed by Collins. Kelleher gets it back.
Oh, did he knock it on?
Now what's all this about?
Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, one of the Welsh forwards is down. And the crowd suspects skullduggery.
He's gone there. He's gone off his stick. I'm going to penalise now. I don't want to see it again, okay? Penalty.
Well, Brent Cobain is the player down. I just didn't see this.
I don't believe that was intentional, but be very, very careful about how you play that.
I guess we'll see a replay in the fullness of time.
I'm sure we will.
This bloke's more used to hurting his own teammates than getting hurt by others.
Well, Oliver.
Oh no, here we go. That'll have them going.
Wow, it's a nothing. In fact, what was it?
Well,
Ed Woodcock stood up. It was about all.
Cobain milked it for all he could manage.
Really?
Change in the Welsh front row. Replacement hooker Rhys Thomas on for Meffin Davis. Still waiting for that double change from the All Blacks. And it looks like Cobain is going to leave, and he'll be replaced by 18, Luke Charteris.
So that's 5 changes now in the Welsh lineup.
And this guy, Luke Charteris, very tall man.
Well, yes, speaking to Scott Johnson, the Wales, one of the Wales coaching staff the other day, he said this guy is a very promising player. Certainly very tall, but he's got a lot of skill.
2 metres 06, in fact.
Gee, he's a giant.
It wouldn't be too many bigger than him in international rugby.
He could play in the NBA.
Same again.
He just bent down to have a chat with Sidoli, who's his...
his other locking partner.
Yeah. So the Welsh again have been in this corner for some time.
Look at that 3 man on the short side, New Zealand. And the pack going back. But not anymore. Oh, that's the trouble when you come around the side and you're alone.
Well, Chris White's finding plenty of penalties.
Well, it just looked like they screwed that around and drove it down, didn't it?
Well, penalty count certainly favouring Wales. 19, 20 penalties. And 12 of them to Wales.
The All Blacks will be determined to hold them out here. Thomas goes deep, too deep. Beautiful hands, Marsoe. Slips it away to Umaga. He in turn gives it to Smith as the All Blacks come charging out of defence. Now Collins delivers to Carter. Rokathoko with all his pace. Turns it back on the inside to Muliaina. And they've gone half the length of the field already as Kelleher digs in to Marsoe, who started it. Now So'ialo stepping his way into Welsh territory.
He's wrapped up. Ball's free.
Kelleher. There's Woodcock running the decoy. Smith looking to glide his way through. Still going. Now back to Rico Gia. trying to drag Byron Kelleher, and you can't do that. So Smith has to play halfback. Carter having to prop as the Welsh come up. He's showing real power, Dan Carter. Gets away from 3 or 4. Now Kelleher again. Marsoe.
No, tackle, no. Move, Red, move!
Kelleher once more. Umaga stepping. Looks for support. Finds it. From Kelleher to Rokathoko.
Yeah, I think the referee got in the way there.
And a forward pass, I think.
The referee could have scored under the sticks, actually, if he'd taken the pass.
All Blacks looking far more effective with the ball in hand than the Welsh. Not really too worrying for Steve Hansen, Graham Henry and Wayne Smith, and Sir Brian Lahore, of course.
No, I mean, there's a nervous time always in the box, but I don't think they'd be too nervous at the moment. It'll be about as good as it gets for Henry, I would think. And Hansen, of course.
Said before that the Welsh would have preferred to have this game, I'm sure, if they could have in a couple of weeks' time. But you'd imagine too with the All Blacks that, you know, in a week or so's time, some of those passes all stick.
Loose head here.
Plenty to improve on, but still a good foundation being set here for this crack at the Grand Slam.
Thumping the All Blacks in the penalty count. Not helping the Welsh a great deal.
And here's the change we've been waiting for. In fact, they've been waiting for probably for the last 7 or 8 minutes. Andrew Hoare on in 16 for Byron Kelleher, and coming on for James Ryan in jersey number 18 for the All Blacks is Angus McDonald.
Well, we always celebrate a new All Black, and so welcome to the show, Angus McDonald. Had a wonderful NPC season with Auckland and fully deserves to be on the park, as Wales have it.
That's the maul, gentlemen.
And that's a turnover.
Yes. That's Umaga. Ball and all, he took the player. There he is. Well, he's played well, Umaga, today.
Hang on, gentlemen. No, it's no ball. No, that's a snowball. Wait, no, Wales come back.
Let's have a look at this revamped All Black scrum.
No, we can't touch it there, lads. We can't touch it there between us. Back we come. It's got to get into that tunnel.
3 changes made.
Ball's got to go into the tunnel.
With Tony Woodcock the first to come on, then Andrew Hoare and Angus McDonald.
Hang on, boys.
I think the All Blacks would probably be keen, Tony, to keep Richie McCaw out of this.
Well, not quite, Nisbo.
No.
He's got the headgear on and he's jogging up and down the sideline. Nonu.
Here we go, Rokathoko.
He got bang in, I think.
Now Kelleher for Collins. Hard at the defence as usual, Jerry Collins. Ball quickly recycled. Now Carter for Gear. Now Smith. Nicely done. Got it away to Carter. Carter's away. They won't stop him. Try number 4.
Well, he's having a complete game, Daniel Carter. He doubled around on the outside and got the extra pass. The key to that try, of course, was the use of space, but keeping the ball alive, not dying in the tackle, and there was always someone there. So the offload once again. So here it goes. So they were under a bit of pressure, New Zealand, but just having enough numbers, and eventually Carter slipped his man on the outside, and just a flanker on the inside, he was always going to score.
Number 19, Richie McCaw. Number 7, Chris Russell.
Just while this is going on, Richie McCaw is on for Chris Marsoe. Richie McCaw wearing number 19, and Martin Nonu has also made his way onto the ground as well.
Well, you'd have to say it's been a success with Marsoe, although it hasn't been your normal game. And of course, breakdowns are all about go forward as well, but significant victory in breakdowns. Ruck and Maul turnovers 8-1 to New Zealand.
Carter again, 17, now 19 points for Daniel Carter. And the All Blacks out to a big lead, 34 points to 3. So changes in the All Blacks and more changes for Wales, and that might just about be the lot, I think.
Yeah, 21 and 19 on, and 21 it's Nicky Robinson, 19 Robin Soden-Taylor, and Rico Gear, the man who's come off for the All Blacks to be replaced by Martin Nonu. So Rico Gear's not going to get the chance to equal that record of 4 tries against Wales set by John Kerwin. Jimmy Cowan on as well for the ABs, replacing Byron Kelleher. Colin Jarvis has left the field for Wales.
Who's that leave? Leon McDonald? I think that's about it, Tony.
Yep, he's the only man still on the bench. And tracksuit jacket still on too.
Short kickoff. 34 points to 3.
When you hit in there, in the air.
And
pushed out, wasn't he?
So Jimmy Cowan takes it quickly, gives it off to McDonald. Now Soialo. Andrew Hoare in jersey number 16.
Oh, I don't think he did knock it on. I think it was off his knee or his foot.
Yeah, it's the accidentally offside that he's pinged there. Well, spoke a moment too soon. Leon McDonald, jacket off.
Give everybody a run. Well, why wouldn't you, I guess?
Well, they've got to manage their way through the next 3 weeks, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'm going to give the scrum to the attacking side. There.
It was Jerry Collins.
Let him give it to the attacking side. That's what the law's for.
Well, I had his head in the wrong spot, actually, but
Straight, gentlemen. Hold, scrum half, no.
he definitely drilled him backwards and created that opportunity for the...
So poor old Kevin Morgan's wishing he hadn't joined that ruck either. The little winger he got up looking very sore.
Here's Owen. Ball dropped by Cooper. And the All Blacks think about a quick throw. In fact, they go ahead with it. Here they come, looking to counter-attack. No. What's the problem?
Well, that would have been interesting if they'd let that play go. There's a bit of disparity of size of thigh on this wing.
It's the old Grant Fox law. Remember that try he scored against Ireland? I think he said he had a foot and touch. Foot in the field of play when he threw it in.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Scrum back here from the touch judge.
Every hooker does it.
Foot were in. His foot was in the field of play. Foot in the field of play. Jonathan saw it. Yeah. Nice and straight.
So the scrum.
No, Grant Fox had a try against Ireland ruled out because of that. I think he's still sore about it.
Yeah, well, at the time it would have been his first try. Managed to rectify that later. So here come the Welsh. Haven't been able to crack this All Black defence. Smith again, right round the ankles.
The core over the top.
Ball turned up. Oh no, knocked on.
The first ruck was over. He was on his feet. He was allowed to play it, and then he knocked it off.
So the question, I guess, is as we look at Leon McDonald, where will he slot in? Will he go in and play at first 5? Will he maybe go back to fullback?
Carter's given such a great performance here. You almost want to see him finish the game off, though, don't you?
Well, 19 points.
Nope. Misjudge.
Jimmy Cowan a little bit quick.
Oh, McCaw.
Scrum half, offside, number 9.
Yeah, there's just in that split second you saw the quality of Richie McCaw.
Yes, absolutely.
Scrum half.
All in one movement, wasn't it? Tackle and the freeing the ball.
Well, the big aim now for Wales. They can't win the game. Will be to get a try. So that record will continue. Not since 1953.
Well, it will give them a bit more morale if they score a try. They sort of get the feeling they need it at the moment. They certainly didn't need it in the last few days in town. There's plenty of morale, but
here comes the change too.
And it's Mills Muliaina leaving the field, and Leon McDonald to take over in 22 at fullback.
So everybody's had a run on both sides.
8 minutes to go.
Keep it up, boys. Stay on the right. Go back.
Wales in possession, trying to hold this in the back of the maul. It's Owen.
Yes, it is.
It's a good time to drive, actually.
And away they go. With the All Blacks waiting.
Yes, Sorialo wrapped that up and killed the ball, I think.
Let it come, Black.
It should be a turnover.
Boys, Black, let it come.
Oh, it's very slow.
Yeah. Well, it's not a turnover.
Well, for heaven's sake, that had to be a maul, and he's given the ball to Wales. Now, how does that work? It had to be a maul. It was up off the ground, right?
I agree entirely.
Been a very average refereeing display.
Attacking side has it then.
Tana Umaga actually went in and said, "What's the story?"
Well, that scrum now going backwards, Wales as well.
Now Cooper. As the Wales go again. Jones, he's overcooked it. Easy for Leon McDonald. He's almost tempted to run it out,
Yes,
I think.
he was, wasn't he?
Andrew Hoare, Umaga, Carter tips, and the All Blacks have possession.
Oh,
No, they've lost it. The idea was good.
Play the game at paces in their mind all
So
the
here
time.
come Wales again.
Away, Black, hands, feet away.
Ball pops back for Cooper. Now Stephen Jones tried to get the pass away.
Yeah, it's a turnover there, I think, again. Oh no, the number's
I
over
think
it. Wales.
Charteris might have dived on it. Now Wales bring it back the other way. Oh, good work by Jimmy Cowan. Chased his man and got him. Now here's Mark Taylor.
Let go, Black, on the
There's a
ball.
bit of a gap opened up. Cooper again. Jones. And a knock on by Nicky Robinson.
It's just one of the reasons we haven't seen anything like the best out of this Welsh side this afternoon, that the quality of their passing hasn't been good. Too many passes having to be tried to be picked up around bootlace level, and that's just any opportunities they've had to attack. They've been snuffed out either by their own mistakes or by wayward passing like that.
Gate 1 will not be available on leaving. Some spectators will be
Sotialo away for Carter.
Please be patient and follow directions.
Scurrying across field here and taken is Lee Byrne. Kick and chase, looking to regain.
Oh, doing well.
That man's offside.
Well, who was that? Beautifully done. Chris Jack, I think.
He's got him for offside, and quite clear that the Welsh player was offside. Cowan's going to take it quickly. Short pass to Collins, lost it forward. So a lot of mishandling going on at this stage. Now here's Sidoli.
Oh, well done.
Here comes a kick and chase, and it's in touch. Showing pretty good pace too was Nicky Robinson.
Yeah. If the ball had stayed in, I think he might have scored.
Robert Sidoli trying to do an Ali Williams. 4 minutes left. 34 points to 3. Decisive.
How many Black?
For the All Blacks. Most people were picking it would be close. Close it is not.
Oh, beautiful ball, Chris Jack.
Nonu fires it off to Carter. Here's Collins. The All Blacks keen to keep the ball in hand. They're not too concerned about where they are on the field. Cowan now. And this time it is kicked away by Carter. Byrne looking for it, and he let it go.
Oh, beautiful kick. It's been interesting watching Rodney Sotialo on the scrum. They've obviously been doing some work on that. He's starting between the two locks. And as soon as the ball is hooked, he's moving into that channel 1 position between the flanker and the lock to control it and distribute the ball.
Numbers Wales.
Murray, we just saw another example of just how much in control of the situation Carter's been in this game. Several of his long touch finders have bounced probably just 6 inches, 8 inches over the touchline. He's gained maximum advantage, maximum length from some of these kicks. It's been a beautiful all-round display by this wonderful player.
Jack gets in, and again the Welsh line-out doesn't function. So Sotialo is going to deliver the pass. Does so to Collins. Takes it to ground immediately.
I think he slipped too.
Sotialo again. Not such a good pass this time. Umaga has to go back. Then he gets it to Smith. Smith as the All Blacks retain possession. 10-metre line their own territory as Leon McDonald gives it away. Carter gets it back. Here's Angus McDonald thumping into the tackles.
It was good defence actually by Wales that time.
They put a couple of players on him. Now here's Cowan. Short pass to Rocker Thoko. Trying to wriggle his way through close to the ruck.
And he nearly did so.
Andrew Hoare delivers up to Cowan again. Now Nonu. Nonu looking to step, and away he goes. And he got it off to Smith. Smith chased by Williams. Oh, what a clever kick. Umaga's after it. And Shane Williams as well. Pops up.
Carter's going to score.
Carter's in.
Well, you'd have to say the complete performance, Daniel Carter. He's limping a bit. Well, that's not his crook leg. Not sure how good he is, Dan Carter. Well, he's having a drink of water, so he can't be too bad. Let's have a little look at it. Conrad Smith made the gap, not him at the gap, sorry. Conrad Smith always in support. And what a clever kick. Umaga it was. Ball just pops up somehow, miraculously. And Carter was there to gather and score.
24 points for Dan Carter and equals Fergie McCormick's record against Wales. And if he can land this conversion, it'll be a new record for an All Black against the Welsh. Fergie McCormick back in 1969.
Well, he doesn't look like missing much tonight, I'd say.
And there it is. 26 points for Dan Carter, and the All Blacks waltzing away with this. 41 points to 3.
Well, he is complete, I think. Daniel Carter, he's done everything well tonight. He can't be at full fitness after a broken leg, but so composed even after scoring the try, limping back. He came back and kicked the goal as well. Mental strength.
Boy, there was some clever play in the build up to that try. McDonald climbing up and grabs it nicely. Cowan, Carter, Smith.
Thank you. That's away, Wales.
Now Jimmy Cowan ducking underneath that was Tony Woodcock. And Carter puts the kick away. And that is the game. The great All Black record against Wales continues. Dan Carter in sublime form again tonight. And the All Blacks, well, part one of the Grand Slam, have beaten the Welsh by 41 points to 3.
Yes, I'd say it is stage one, because remember, it's 9 changes from the last time this All Black team took the field, and they have performed well. A few little mistakes, but pretty clear all over the track. They dominated the game really in every department. Scrums, lineouts, possession, territory, and certainly in the ability to create space, use the ball and score tries. So a very, very good performance.
5 tries, 5 conversions, 2 penalty goals. They led 13-3 at half-time, and they've beaten Wales here at the Millennium Stadium 41 points to 3. Well, the players